वेलकम दोस्तों। आज हम लोग पढ़ेंगे इनर ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट। इंट्रोडक्शन। The study of large number of electron has become easier and in more systematic way because of the grouping of these elements on the basis of electronic configuration. The last electron decides the characteristics property of the particular element, and hence it is called as a differentiating characteristics electron. Depending on the nature of the subshell occupied by differentiating electron, all elements in the modern periodic table have been divided into four groups as follows: S block element, P block element, D block element, and F block element. S block elements are defined as those elements in which last electron enters the ns orbital. The element of group R belongs to 1 and 2 constituent as block, and P block elements are defined as those elements in which the last electrons enters the NP subshell. P subshells are last cells or in which NP subshell is progressively filled with the electron. These elements are placed towards the extreme right of the periodic table in a group from 13 to 18. And D block elements are defined as those elements in which the last electron enters the n-1 d orbital or penultimate shells. These elements are also defined as those elements in which two outermost shells are partially filled. These elements belonging to the 3 to 12 group belonging to these elements belongs to the group 3 to 12, which are between S block and P block. They are also called as a transition element. And F block elements are defined as those elements in which last differentiating electrons penultimate in energy level n minus 2 orbitals. These elements are called as F block elements, and since the last electron enters one of the F orbitals, these elements have been also called inner transition elements because of differentiating electron in them enters into the n-2 f orbital in the penultimate shell energy level, and they form transition series. Within the transition series, D block element, this electronic configuration is the n-2 f 1 to 14 n-1 and D 0 to 1 ns to 2, and thus they have three incomplete shells, namely n-2 n-1 and n shells.